Hi everybody, this is George Manolis at Synergy for Success. Welcome. So life was moving along pretty nicely for 2020 and then this crisis has emerged. This crisis has had far-reaching effects on companies all around Australia and in fact globally. But I speak for Australian and New Zealand corporations today. We have a different landscape panning out. We've got a lot of external sales teams that are now working out of home. We've got a lot of call centres around Australia and New Zealand who are now operating remotely out of home as well. We've got sales teams that are being restructured right now. In fact, not a day goes by where I have been asked to attend war room meetings where we discuss the future of sales teams. Some sales teams are being redeployed into other parts of the business. Some sales teams are being asked to take annual leave. Other sales teams are being redeployed into parts of the business where they may be used for other tasks such as manual labour even. Whatever the case may be, we need to be resilient and flexible because the landscape of 2020 when we emerge is going to be totally different to what we are familiar with right now. So let's just talk about some of the risks of working remotely out of your home office. So firstly, there's no routine. Our routine is really gone. It's up to us now to create a routine. So we're going to have to go back to some basics and I'll explain to you what these are. So just remember, you're no longer in control of your work environment. The office environment in the workplace was controlled. Set break times, set tasks for people. Everything was set. Now you're working out of home, it's time for you to start setting your own routine. So we strongly recommend that you stick to and adhere to some definite start and finish times. Make sure you take your morning tea and afternoon tea breaks, and make sure you take your lunch break. All very, very crucial in today's environment. The other risk of the remote workforce today is that we don't have social interaction. And that's a real shame because before we'd be able to meet our colleagues, we'd be able to meet them at the water cooler, have a bit of a chat about what's happening in the company. We'd have face-to-face boardroom meetings where you can actually see the white in the eye of your colleagues. That's changed. So in order to combat that now, I'm urging you all to keep in touch with your work colleagues, your other sales team members, your call center team members. Keep in touch with them. Try and also run video calls. Video calls are really important as well. I think that's going to be crucial in the next 6 months. Not only with your work colleagues, but I appeal to you to keep in touch with some of your friends that you play sport with or you socialise with. Give them a video call. Keep in touch with people. Make sure that you're still having that interaction. The other risk of the remote workplace today is your leadership is not visible. Many of you are having daily meetings with your leaders to find out what's happening. What your outcomes have been, what the results have been of your sales calls. Yeah, we understand all these things, but I need you, if you're a leader, keep in touch with your sales team members one-on-one. And if you're a sales team person, talk to your leader regularly. The other issue is some of us feel that, is it appropriate to call, make contact, email, touch people on LinkedIn in this current environment? Well, essentially the answer is yes. The other risk of operating from a remote workplace is some of the fears that we have. Some of us feel that reaching out today, right now, in this time of crisis is not the right thing to do. I need to say to you that the marketplace needs to hear from their suppliers. Not necessarily to sell, but to keep in touch. And let me explain this to you. So for many of us, our role will be to call our existing clients. And when you make a call to our clients, some of them may not be sure of your reasons for calling. But you should make it really clear that you're calling to see how their business is going. And of course, some of the businesses will be grinding to a halt or have already ground to a halt. You need to reach out and ask them how they're going. Ask them how they see their business next week, the week after, in 3 months and 6 months. Let them know that you're there. Let them know that you're happy to scale back services. Or for some of your clients, they'll want to increase services. but the danger is if you don't reach out. Because right now, right this very instant, your competitors will be calling your existing clients, building the relationship, lining them up, preparing them for when we come out of this situation in 3, 4, 5 or 6 months' time. So the biggest danger is if you don't reach out. So remember, the sales process right now is going to be really frustratingly slow. So be prepared that sometimes it'll take you quite a while to get in touch with your existing customers. They're just not going to be available. They're not going to understand why you're calling. They're going to be working out of home. They're going to have their own issues. But the important thing is reach out. Leave them a phone message. Send them a text message. Send them an email letting them know that you're just reaching out to say hi. That's really important and powerful. And don't be frustrated with the slow response. The fact that you've reached out is one of the first greatest things we can do right at this stage. So we're going to have some more sessions coming up, and in future sessions we'll talk about your motivation, what you can do to ensure that you remain eternally motivated in these times. We're also going to talk about what are some of the questions you can ask when you call an existing client or if you're prospecting to a new potential client. How can you reach out to them in these times? Who should you reach out to, and what the responses should be? So a lot of great information coming up. Subscribe to our channel and you'll be able to access the great information that we're going to send you during this situation, which will form part of your training and development. Thanks very much. This is George Manolis at Synergy for Success. If you need to reach out, please email us, or my phone number's on the screen below. Please call us. We're available for you 24/7. Thanks so much, and wishing you all the best.